Alright, so it's that time for another update. So today is May 21st. So I will be 7 weeks post-op tomorrow. It's crazy how fast it's gone by. So I was going to do an update last week, but at my 6-week mark where I had all my restrictions dropped, but I wanted to go to my doctor's visit first so I could give you an update as far as some of the questions that I had for him. Things that have changed over the last few weeks. A couple weeks ago I had a weird sensation, like a popping down where my incisions were, and it was kind of only happened probably about 5 times. It'd be like, I'd be like, in the morning is when I typically stretch, and I'd be stretching, and I would just feel this pop. One of the times I did it when I was half asleep, and it woke myself up, and it was kind of painful. But talking to my surgeon today, it was around the time that my internal incisions were starting to dissolve, so it's very possible I could have popped something, but nothing that he seemed really worried about at all. So, and like I said, it only happened maybe 5 times, and it was pretty random. That one spot was the painful spot. But then overall, it was pretty random everywhere else. And as far as everything else goes, I feel pretty normal. I had my restrictions dropped, and then some. So one of the things I actually talked to my surgeon about today was the fact that I've started exercising pretty hard. I went back to doing my sprints and my lifting, and I'm not where I was. Obviously, I put my body through a lot. And so I expected that, but I was really worried that I would still be pushing it too hard. And so I wanted to talk to him about that. Pretty much he said it's unlikely that I would damage anything, but let's say if I feel like I need to go 100% or 80%, whatever, like I'm feeling at the time, I should probably do the lower end. And it's hard because when you work out, you're supposed to like, oh man, this sucks and it hurts. I'm supposed to push through it. But during those times, I'm supposed to kind of hold back. So that's the part that's going to be a little difficult for me, is knowing that balance as far as what's okay. He's like, a month from now, absolutely nothing. Go ahead, push. If it shouldn't hurt or anything like that. But if I am feeling any discomfort, and the problem for me is that I work out and I work out hard, and then I feel kind of crappy later on. It's not right when I'm working out, and so gonna try to hold back a little. It's hard because for me, this is race season. This is when I sign up for all my races and my favorite 5Ks, and it's kind of hard. Like, I don't want to do these races if I'm not going to be where I was a year ago when I did the same race. So like, if somebody that doesn't know I had surgery and runs against me and they're like, hey, I beat you, and it's like, no, I would have beat you if it wasn't for whatever's going on with me right now. So I'm just gonna, I guess, play it out. It's hard. One thing he did talk to me about was the fact that between 6 and 8 weeks, and I'm almost 7 weeks, so I'm right in the middle, is when your fluid and swelling stuff peaks. Not necessarily the tummy tuck swelling, that's definitely gone down over the last few weeks, but especially lipo. I am very surprised at how much fluid and swelling I have from lipo. Way more than the tummy tuck. It just feels all bubbly. I was wearing yoga pants, and I just felt all yucky in it and big and stuff. And it makes sense. I was right around the time I hit 6 weeks is when I started feeling a little unattractive and ugh. So 7 weeks, I'm at the worst of it. I should be going down now. And he's like, even with lipo, it could be around 4 months. At around 4 months, he's like, you'll probably be at about 85%. What your overall results are going to be. So I still have a little ways to go. Like, it's crazy to me. And that was just today that I talked to him. So as far as that stuff goes, I feel pretty normal. Having sex feels normal. You still have to be a little bit careful with this area. If you're going to grab at this area and stuff like that, you still have to be kind of careful. So I'm just kind of listening to my body, feeling it out. Back to that swelling, one thing that's really frustrating for me, especially like where you spend so much money on a procedure like this, the fact that when I put on my pants, my jeans, that I wore before the surgery, and they're kind of tight and restrictive, and you just kind of feel unattractive in them. That's super frustrating. That's a part that I really don't like. So that's something else I'm kind of dealing with, is the fact that I feel kind of yucky, even in my old clothes and my old jeans that I felt kind of sexy in. I'm not feeling it so much. But my surgeon just keeps reassuring me that I need to just be patient. And that's one thing it's so hard, because you do all this research before you have this kind of procedure, and you're like, yeah, it'll be a few months before I'm going to be optimal. But then as you're going through that long process, it's so hard to be patient and to try to wait for your results. And so that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to act as normal as possible, you know, especially with exercising and everything. And we'll just kind of see. Hopefully I'll be one hot mama in a few months. So anyways, I think that's it as far as everything else goes. Like I said, I feel really normal. Everything feels normal. I can almost stretch. Like, if I'm leaning back, I can go pretty far. You know, I can almost go as far as I could before without any problems. And this is 7 weeks post-op, and I'm stretching that back pretty far. So whereas tomorrow is 7 weeks post-op for tummy tuck, Friday is 9 weeks post cool sculpting on my arms. So we'll just take a look at those right now. I don't know. Can you show that really good? They're definitely smaller. I still have slight numbness, just a little right here from where I had it done. Definitely smoother. The skin is definitely tighter to me. But it's something that I would definitely be open to doing one more round on my arms. But it's not something I'm in a rush in to do. That would be a couple years down the road probably, if I do that. So anyways, so that's the cool sculpting update. I guess I'll give you a tummy tuck update. Move my stuff back here. All right. So I undid my pants because I have, because I still have fluid right here, I get a lot of that red, where you can kind of see right here, that red stuff from wearing my pants. And so I was trying to let it all hang out before I could start recording so you guys would see it. But anyway, so here is my, let me roll my pants down a little. Here is my 7 weeks almost post-op belly. Let me turn the camera just a little so I can get you head on. So my belly button's still pretty pink, and that's one thing he told me. I am a natural auburn redhead gal, so I tend, like, with fair skin, so I tend to have scars and stretch marks pretty easily. As you can see, the swelling has definitely gone down quite a bit. There's still a lot of residual swelling right here, and right here where I had my lipo, and I'll try to show you my sides, it's still swollen. I still have a little bit of a bump thing right here, but that seems to be going down. But yeah, it's pretty swollen. Like I was saying, it just feels kind of jiggly, and a lot of that's because of the lipo that he was saying, especially. Like, it takes forever to go down. Right here is where I had them sew those muscles together, and it is still tender. When I touch it right here, I can still feel it's a little bit tender. And still no feeling right here, so I can feel it, and then as soon as I get right around my belly button, there's like a pressure sensation maybe, but I can't, like, if I'm tickling my skin, I can't feel that, like, at all. So we'll see as that progresses. And my scar, if you saw my last video, I had some major puckering right here, and this is actually where I had that big pop, and that pain was on this side right here, and that's definitely going down. I do have a little bit of a bump right here that I was slightly worried would turn into a dog ear, but he's not worried. He said he went a little wider than we had originally talked about, and then he pulled the skin not just down, he pulled it this way on my sides. So that's kind of why I've got this little bump right here, and he's pretty confident that that'll go down. And as far as he's told me before I even had surgery, that if I have any problems with dog ears, that he'll take care of it for free. So I do have a little bit of a puckered spot right here that he wasn't concerned about either. Like, he said that he's pretty confident that will go down. And then I did have, at my last video, I had a huge pucker, like almost like a dimple spot right around here. And that is
obviously smoothed out quite a bit. And since I last talked to you, I have been using that silicone gel on my incisions, and that seems to lighten it up, but I mean, it's still so early that it's not like results will be pretty huge, especially where I'm so fair-skinned and I tend to scar and stretch mark and stuff pretty easily. If this is like this pink right here, it'll go down, but it'll probably be like in like 9 months or something like that. It could be a long time before this is looking semi-normal. I did do something that was kind of interesting that I thought I would kind of tell y'all. So I've been using that new gel silicone stuff for my scarring, and it's expensive gel, but just out of curiosity, I decided to try to put some on some of these stretch marks. And something that I just think is very cool is I feel like it's helped as far as the stretch marks go. So that's still, I'm willing to make myself a guinea pig as far as that goes and just kind of keep trying it out. But, I mean, especially if you looked at some of my other videos, I feel like some of this has definitely gotten a lot less pronounced. I mean, I will have these stretch marks forever, and that's fine with me. I had 4 babies. I'm okay with having proof that I carried 4 babies in my body. So I'm okay with that. But as far as like the coloring and helping it fade and look a little bit nicer and stuff like that, I'm totally game to try to do that. And so that's the update on my incisions or whatever. I know I keep standing here. I feel like I'm sticking my crotch at you and stuff, but just wanted to kind of, like, it's hard to see on the video, you know, just how much it's smoothed out and how much swelling and stuff like that. And I am not the best camera gal. I'm like the worst. I'll try to do it in a way that you can kind of see my legs. So these jeans that I've got are jeans that I wore. This is going to be a joke. Let me see if I can try this better without making people sick. These jeans were jeans that I wore before. And as you can see, like where I had my lipo done, it just feels very jiggly. I know that that's something that I will notice more than people staring at me. But it just feels a little, that feeling when you just kind of feel bloated and a little bit yucky is what I feel on all the places that I had my lipo, on my legs and on my sides. So that bloated feeling, that's something that I'm probably going to notice more than anybody. There is, like, this gap right here is a lot smaller, and this right here especially is a lot smaller. But even then, like I said, like these jeans were jeans that I wore before I even had surgery, and they were considered my sexy jeans, and they were pretty loose. And I mean, because I had so much skin right here, you're not going to notice like that I feel like they're tight to me. But, you know, especially like right here and back here a little bit, like they do feel a little bit tight. They feel tight around my thighs, even though I've had stuff taken out of my thighs. And so that's just something I'm going to have to just be patient about, which, like I've already established, I am not a patient person. I'm really struggling with the workout stuff because I just don't know what is too far or whatever, like what is okay and what isn't okay. So anyways, I think that's it as far as updates and new things that I could tell you about. I'm sleeping totally normal. I can sleep on my belly. I have noticed a little bit that I can sleep easier on this side, on my belly and on the side, easier than on this side. So I don't know what that's about, but anyways, I think that's everything. I will give you another update probably in a few weeks so that you guys can see some more drastic changes. Hopefully, I'm hoping that I will start to have fluid and swelling and stuff start to go down. He mentioned that the lipo causes scar tissue on the inside, and your body has a hard way of working through that, and that's what peaks between the 6 to 8 weeks is that fluid and scar tissue. So my body should start breaking some of that down and pushing through it or whatever. I don't know exactly. I'm not all medical, but that's kind of the basic idea of what he was telling me. Anyways, yeah, that's it. I will post another video as soon as I can, or as soon as I have something to really report on. I'm sure you guys are sick of watching me, so I'll try to keep it limited until I have something really important to tell you. So, all right, till next time. See y'all later.